Hey, this is going to be the first in a series of videos I do comparing Sketch and Photoshop. This one, we're just going to be talking about file sizes. As designers, and especially remote designers, we're going to be sending a lot of files back and forth through email and Dropbox, and we don't want the sizes to get too crazy on us without us knowing. So, let's see how Sketch and Photoshop compete. We're going to start by just making an artboard. Same dimensions on both of these, no layers, no objects in them. And what we can see straight from the start is that Photoshop is already twice the size of Sketch. If we step it up a little bit and we make a shape, just a plain blue square in the middle of the artboard, we're going to see a similar kind of pattern, where Photoshop is a little bit over twice the size of Sketch. So what if we just go to Google Images or wherever you want to go and grab a photo and paste it in your artboard? Well, when we do that, we see that Sketch is still under a megabyte, and that Photoshop is around 1.6 megabytes. So the difference is a little bit slimmer, but it's still there. Photoshop's still significantly bigger. Now, what if we just make two artboards? If we make two artboards, this is going to be a little bit smaller than the previous few examples. However, the difference is huge. A 1700% increase between Sketch and Photoshop. Absolutely crazy. Now, if we take those same two artboards and paste a picture in each one, what we'll see is that Photoshop and Sketch have similar results as what we've been seeing, where Photoshop is dramatically increased in size, and Sketch is still 811 kilobytes. It's not even a megabyte yet. Now, if we offset an image, and you could do this with anything, you could do this with an artboard, a shape, whatever you want. I've worked on other projects where assets are kind of floating around your artboard. So what I think Photoshop is doing, and I could be wrong about this, but I think Photoshop makes a gigantic artboard around everything, making the file size 53 megabytes in this example. While Sketch is still 811 kilobytes, Photoshop's 53 megabytes. Crazy. Hopefully you're not going to run into an example like that in your daily work environment, but you might one time, and from that point on your file size kind of gets crazy. So if we take all of the examples that I've kind of been piecing together throughout this whole video and we make a whole mock website from it, what we'll see is that the difference is still there, the same pattern that we've been seeing where Photoshop is significantly bigger. However, I was kind of surprised after all of these examples that Photoshop was only 4 megabytes. However, Sketch 401 kilobytes. I'm not sure I understand how that worked, but that's awesome. Less than a megabyte. So I think that Sketch wins in all of these tests.